Today, I'm going to tell you a story that destroys almost everything you've been taught about attraction. This is about why some men create emotional attachment without trying, while other men do everything right and still get ignored, friend-zoned, or quietly replaced. I got a message from a subscriber named Daniel, 32 years old, software architect, remote job, 7F figure net worth from crypto exits, 6'1", lean, well-spoken, traveled constantly. On paper, he was exactly what women say they want. And yet, for almost a decade, why high-value men still get replaced, no woman ever truly attached to him. They dated him, they complimented him, they enjoyed his lifestyle, but they never chased, never invested, never stayed. And the men they left him for, men with less money, less structure, less stability. But something Daniel didn't understand yet. This story will explain why. Daniel spent his 20s optimizing himself. Not obsessively, not insecurely, but deliberately. He built a clean life, high income, minimal stress, strong routine, good health. He believed attraction was logical, become valuable, women respond. And at first, it worked. He got dates, attention, interest, but attachment never followed. Women would, the beach house moment that exposed everything, say things like, "You're amazing. I just don't feel it. You're such a catch. But something's missing. I don't know why. I just don't feel pulled." And then weeks later, he'd see them with another guy. Not better, just different. The breaking moment, the moment everything cracked, happened at a beach house gathering. Daniel brought a woman he'd been seeing for a month. Her name was Lena. Smart, creative, calm energy. Things were good until Daniel noticed her reacting to another man there. His name was Evan, late 20s surf instructor living out of a van. No long-term plan, no impressive story. But Lena changed around him. Her body leaned in. Her laughter softened. Her attention locked. Daniel watched it happen in real time. And the worst part, Evan wasn't doing anything. No flirting, no impressing, no effort. He wasn't trying. 3 weeks later, Lena ended things. No drama. "I just didn't feel connected," she said. She started seeing Evan days later. That's when Daniel stopped blaming women and started questioning himself. The realization Daniel realized something brutal. Women don't attach to what you have. They attach to how they feel around you. And feeling is not logical. A man's resume gets attention, but his internal state creates attachment. Daniel had spent years building value while unknowingly communicating need, not obvious need, the silent categorization. Women make instantly subtle need, the need to be chosen, the need to be validated, the need to be seen as enough. Women felt it even if they couldn't explain it. The core psychology. Here's what Daniel uncovered. Women subconsciously categorize men fast. Not by money, not by looks, but by emotional position, above me or below me. A man who seeks approval, even quietly, falls below. A man who is internally complete sits above. Daniel realized his entire dating behavior was transactional. Every date was a pitch. Every gesture was proof. Every success was a signal. And women felt the pressure. Not pressure to validation seeking, the hidden attraction killer, commit. Pressure to validate him. That kills attachment. Daniel stopped dating, not strategically. Internally, he stopped using women as mirrors. He stopped trying to feel enough through reaction. He started observing his impulses. Why do I want to text? Why do I want her attention right now? Why do I need this response? He learned to sit in discomfort instead of escaping it, and something changed. His energy slowed down. He stopped reacting, stopped chasing, stopped adjusting himself. Presence and non-reactivity. When Daniel returned to dating, women felt it immediately. He didn't feel silence, didn't perform, didn't lean forward emotionally. He listened without reaching. When women tested him, he presence versus performance, the real shift, didn't react. When they pulled away, he didn't chase. And something strange happened. They started investing. They started initiating. They started wondering because investment creates attachment, not attraction. Here's the paradox. Men chase attachment. Women attach to men who don't chase, not because of games, because non-nay is grounding. A man who doesn't need validation feels safe. And safety creates desire. Daniel didn't become colder. He became complete. Daniel met someone months later. No effort, no strategy. She leaned in emotionally. She chased clarity. She invested. Not because he withheld, but because he didn't need. That's the difference. By why non-reactivity triggers. Female investment now, you understand something most men never figure out even after decades of dating, self-improvement, and confusion. Attraction is not about what you have. It's not about what you've achieved. It's not about how impressive your life looks from the outside. It's about who you are when nothing is being performed. Most men lose women not because they're bad men, but because they're seeking men, seeking approval, seeking validation, seeking reassurance that they're enough. And the moment a man needs a woman to confirm his worth, attraction collapses. What you saw in this story wasn't magic, it wasn't manipulation, it wasn't tactics, it was internal completion. The shift happens when a man stops asking, "Do you like the moment women start chasing naturally me?" and starts living like, "I already know who I am." Women don't emotionally attach to men who chase outcomes. They attach to men who are unmoved by outcomes. They attach to steadiness, to presence, to emotional gravity. They attach when they begin investing. An investment doesn't come from being impressed. It comes from uncertainty mixed with safety, from a man who is grounded enough not to chase, but open enough to connect. That's why men with less on paper often win. Not because they're better, but because they're not trying to earn desire. They're complete without it. When you stop performing, when you stop optimizing for attraction, when you stop tying your self-worth to her reaction, something strange happens. The final psychological reframe: women feel it. They lean in, they invest, they wonder, they attach, not because you tried harder, but because you finally stopped trying at all. This isn't about becoming cold. It's about becoming centered. It's not about detachment. It's about non-reactivity. It's not about avoiding intimacy. It's about no longer needing it to feel whole. The man who doesn't need validation becomes magnetic. The man who doesn't chase clarity becomes clarity. The man who is already complete becomes the one women attach to naturally. And the truth is uncomfortable, but freeing. The moment you stop making women the source of your worth, they stop being confused about you. They feel it instantly. This isn't dating advice. It's a psychological recalibration. Fix the internal state and the external world responds. That's the work. That's the shift. That's the reason some men are chased and others are forgotten. To support this channel, like and subscribe. Stay dangerous, stay stoic, all